up, YouTube? This is Rob, back with another video. I'm here to talk about recently the latest update to the Huawei Mate 9. In the last update, the voice assistant Alexa was added to the Mate 9. And I want to put it up against the Google Assistant that's on the LG G6. Now, the Alexa is a pretty nice voice recognition, voice assistant, but it's, in a lot of ways, it's one of the newest ones on the scene. Google Assistant has been here in one variation or another, either as Google Now or as we know it today as the Google Assistant. Now, when dealing with these two voice assistants, there are various commands you can ask, the different voice assistant. I'm going to take a few questions you can Google about each assistant and carefully ask them the questions, see how fast they respond to the questions, see how they get you the information, how they go about getting you the information, and the ways they do it. Now, under normal circumstances, a lot of these Google Assistants, Alexa is a little behind, but at the same time, some of the questions I'm about to ask both of these, they really shouldn't have any problems getting you the information. Most general commands, though, when you're thinking about these assistants, falls under things like notes and reminders, times and dates, different things like communication, weather, maps and navigation, or asking it sports questions, and so on. So I'm not going to ask any questions that it should not be able to answer. What I'm going to see here is how fast they do it and how they go about getting you that information. Alexa isn't quite as refined as the Google Now, but it will attempt to give you the information. But whereas the Google Assistant will give you also information on the screen, it will also answer you verbally. So I'm going to start off with Alexa. I'm going to ask it, go hit them both up. What's the weather like in Waterford, Michigan?
Currently, in Waterford Charter Township, Michigan, it's 61 degrees with cloudy skies. Today, you can expect intermittent clouds, with a high of 61 degrees and a low of 44 degrees.
Now, what happened was Alexa started answering the question first, but the Google Assistant got the information out pretty quick. So I'm going to start over, and I'm going to ask it, well, not going to start over, I'm going to ask it another question. How tall is LeBron James?
LeBron James is 6 feet 8 inches
LeBron
tall.
James' height is 6 feet and 7 inches, 201 centimeters.
Google Assistant got the information out to me, and a lot faster, and it also offers you a picture of LeBron James and other search results about LeBron James. Let's try this one. Make me a dentist appointment for April 6th at 12 noon.
I'll schedule dentist today at 12 p.m.
Do you want to save this?
Just so you know, it's in the past. Should I still create it?
Set a dentist
Sorry,
appointment
do you
for
wanna save
April
this
6th.
That's
All
joke.
right, is it
Today
okay
at
now?
12 p.m. Just so you know, it's in the past. Should I still create it?
Alexa needed...
I still didn't get that. To save this event, say yes.
No.
Or
Alexa had a problem completing the task if you didn't include the year of the actual task. So it kept saying that everything was in the past for the appointment, whereas the Google Assistant knew that I was talking about something next week. The Alexa kept referring to things in the past. Cancel, Alexa. All right, I'm going to unmute it and go to the next question. What's the best Mexican restaurant in the Waterford, Michigan area?
Sorry, I don't know the
I
answer to
found a
your
few
question.
places.
What happened was the Google Assistant was able to come up with at least a few places to offer me, whereas Alexa had problems grabbing some of that information. In a lot of ways, that could be an unfair question due to the fact that Google is a company that's built on information, whereas Alexa needs to be tied into a lot of different things, a lot of Google products and Google information. But at the same time, I didn't really think it was a hard question for it to answer, because it does have information. It is connected to my Google Calendar. It is connected to a lot of the Google apps that I do use with the Google Assistant. That's, in a lot of ways, that's one of the things about Alexa. It's really dependent on Google to give it its information, and whereas when it comes to shopping, Alexa is far more superior than the Google Assistant. So if I was asking something about from a shopping nature through Amazon itself, Alexa would most definitely crush it. Next question up. Directions to the closest McDonald's restaurant.
I'm sorry. Directions are not supported
The
right
best
now.
way to get to McDonald's by car is via Cooley Lake Road and will take about 2 minutes in light traffic.
Whereas, again, Alexa could not give me the directions. The McDonald's did. All right, let's do some more questions here. I'm going to ask it one of those fun trick questions, Easter egg question. Let's see how this goes. Do a barrel roll.
I'm scared to.
I'd love to, but it's harder than it looks.
Pretty unique answer. Very funny. All right, let's ask a math question. What is the square root of 8,901?
The square root of 8,901
Square root
is
of 8,901 is
94.35.
approximately 94.345.
Alexa was able to give me that information faster than the Google Assistant, but at the same time, the Google Assistant do give you the context written out on the screen so you can see it, whereas Alexa will verbally give you the answer. I'm hoping that with further integration down the line, you can get that on the same general screen that you're actually answering the question in, similar to how the Google Assistant do. As of right now, if you wanted to see what your answer was, you would have to download an additional Amazon Alexa app and to see contextually what you've been asking it over time. So as you see here, you need two apps to do what the Google Assistant is doing with Alexa on your Huawei Mate 9. In a lot of ways, this thing is in its infancy. I don't know if you want to say that it's a fair comparison, but at least give you an idea of how far away Alexa is. I mean, now, you can get the most out of your Google Assistant due to how much Google is integrated into our lives. How many Google products is integrated into the phones and into our lives. Whereas Alexa isn't quite in the same ballpark as the Google Assistant, and is somewhat of what I call a part-time assistant. And it's really good at purchasing things. Both of these styles of tech seem to serve two purposes, though. To help prepare you on how you will be communicating with home and communication devices in the near future. And it also helps you prepare you for how we might be shopping and buying things in the future. Right now, though, in my opinion, Google is way out in front, but Alexa is starting to gain ground on this phone, on the technology. Anyhow, guys, if you have any questions or anything, about this. Like I said, this is just one form of Alexa and how it's integrated. I wouldn't use this as my main Alexa device. I would recommend getting some of the Alexa, the little dot in the Alexa Home Assistant. I would recommend that more so over using how Alexa has been integrated into Huawei, the Huawei 9. It's in its infancy. Excuse me. It's in its infancy with working through a phone, and maybe with a few more updates, Alexa will get better on the Mate 9. But don't look at this as a knock against Alexa, but just letting you know that this type of stuff is new to Huawei. It's going to take some time for it to get over the rough edges of how it works, and it might be a while till they can get up to the level of what you got with the Amazon Dot and other Amazon home assistant items. Anyhow, guys, I just want to show you how Alexa worked with the Mate 9 in comparison with a Google Assistant. I hope you got something out this video. I hope you enjoyed it. And hey, guys, I'll catch you in the next one. Peace.